Hello everyone, welcome to Himalaya Studio. My name is Bosch. You can also find me on Facebook as Himalaya Studio. Today I'm going to show you how I retouch a portrait from start to finish. This video will help you to understand the basic retouching process, such as clean the skin up and some advanced retouching like Dodge&Burn, color grading, and the relationship between different layers and masks. So let's get started. Okay, so let's start from LightRoom. Let's open LightRoom. I'm going to choose a photo in the LightRoom. Okay, the photo is already here. Make sure it's in developer mode. So as you can see, the white balance in this image doesn't look right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab this icon here. This icon, I'm going to select it. This icon, this little tool will help us to choose the correct white balance automatically. So if I press somewhere around here, okay, you can see now the white balance look right. So I'm going to add some contrast, not too much, just 5 is okay, and I will bring down the highlight a little bit, not to highlight 15, okay, and I will add some shadows, okay, 17, 15, around there. Yes, that's pretty good, okay, and we add some clarity, not too much, it's 8, under 10, because I'm going to add it more in Photoshop. Okay, now this image is before, after, look pretty good to me. Okay, I'm going to keep all the other settings. Just if you okay, I press Command Shift and E just for export. Desktop, okay, PSD. Make sure the image format is PID. Open in Adobe Photoshop 6. Okay, click here, export. Okay, the image already here. So before I do the retouching, I'm going to show you how I build up the lights. Okay, I have used the 5 lights and press B for brush. These 3 lights here, just in front of the model. I placed it like a triangle. So it will give us a triangle eyes light in model's eyes. So I like to call it devil eye look because it looks pretty cool. Okay, and I'm shooting from here. I'm not sure if you guys can see me, but I'm here with a 70 and 200 meter lens. Okay, let's back to the original photo. Close, don't save. Close it. Don't save. Okay. So this layer is my original layer. I'm going to keep my original layer here and duplicate this layer. You can also press Command G. Okay, I'm going to rename it to retouching. Okay. Firstly, I'm going to clean this guy's skin up. I'm going to grab the patch tool first. Press J, or you can right click, patch tool. Okay. So this tool is for remove some bigger dirty area on the skin, and then I will use the healing brush tool for general skin cleaning. So yeah, let's do it. Okay, somewhere here, okay. Okay, I'm just doing it very quickly, but normally I do it slower. Okay, somewhere here. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, here. Okay, remove these. Oops, losing some details. Okay. careful the edge of the face. Okay. Somewhere here. Little bit. Okay, on the nose. Okay. Oh, the little one here. Be careful. Okay. Some here. Also on the nose here. Here. Okay, we're going to remove this. Okay, this. And this one here. Okay. Keep going, keep going. So, okay. This one here, I'm going to click and drag to here. Okay. So, please take your time when you do it, because here, over here, somewhere. Okay, see here. Oh, okay, I don't like this one here, so I'm going to remove it. Okay. Somewhere here. Yes. Here. Okay, so keep going. This one. So this area around his mouth here will be more complicated. So have to do it really carefully. Okay, so grab to here, over here. Remove this big area. Keep going this one here. Must very carefully. Okay, keep going, keep going. This one here. Oh, okay. This area on his chin. Okay, so this one here. Okay. let's zoom up first. Okay. So this is before, after, before and after. So we still need to do some works on it. Okay, let's have a look. Somewhere here. Okay, under his nose. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to switch to heating tool, just for general skin cleaning. Just zoom in, and if you press Alt, select some good area around somewhere here, and okay, not too far, maybe here. So one click, and two click here. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit, have a look. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay. So there's a little area here, so I'm going to switch again. Switch to patch tool. Zoom in. Be careful of the area here. Somewhere here. So heating tool again. Press some good area here, and I'm going to be careful. Click once, click twice. Okay, keep going, keep going. Let's zoom out. Oops. Let's go back. Yeah. Okay, so this is before and after, so we still need do some works. Oops, patch tool. So this little here. So I'm just okay, let's go. Cool. Okay. So this is the fourth step. But okay. Keep doing that. Just still too right. Still too right. Okay. On his nose. Okay. Let's zoom out. Okay. So this is our first step, and so some area on this guy here is still dark on his face, like here, here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new layer called my dirty layer, and I'm going to create a adjustment. So it goes here. I'm going to create a level, so I'm going to bring the middle tone. This layer here will help us to see the dark area on his face. So I will delay this once I finish this step. Okay, so I change the brush tool. Okay, select the white color. Press B for brush tool. Make sure it's white. The foreground color is white. So make the brush bigger, change the opacity to down a little bit, like around 10, 8, oh sorry, 5, okay, 8%, okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put area here, click here, this side, okay, this area here, okay, and here, not too much, it's a little bit, okay, and his nose. So let's close this layer here. So before, after, before and after. Okay. I think that's pretty much. Okay. So let's delete this area, this one here. So next step, I'm going to I'm going to select magic tool here, selection tool, and I press oh sorry, shift. Still need to go. There's a little area here. Somewhere here. Selection the teeth here. So we're going to make his teeth whiter. So next step is go to selection and modify further. So 5 pixels, that's pretty good. Press OK, and then we're going to hue and the saturation option. Hue and the saturation option over here. So we're going to decrease the saturation around okay, 45, 40, 45. A bit. Okay, you can see it, his teeth. But I will also need to bring to increase the lightness. 16, 17, yeah, 18 here, pretty good. Okay. So if we hold combine and layer mask, we get the selection back. And then we're going to add adjustment, and we're going to level, and so in this level we're going to this tool here, I'm going to bring it up 9, okay, other ones, so this step really depends on your image. So okay, around here, and the highlight, let's make it 239 or 240. Okay, that's pretty good. So let's zoom out. So I think it's too wide. So I'm going to bring down the opacity of this layer. So it's like 80. Let's try 70. Okay, 80%. 80. And the opacity of a level this layer. Let's down here, 60, 62. Okay, so let's go to this layer, and we press B for brush again. Make sure. Okay, make sure it's the foreground. Your foreground color is black. So we're going to. Oops, search the one. Oh, 100%. Sorry, keep it to 100%. Be careful this area. Okay. Okay, so let's zoom out. So let's Command G for group. So we're going to rename it to teeth. Before, after, before, and after. Okay, so next step is called Dodge&Burn, but these two words a little bit difficult for me to understand. So I'm going to rename it to highlight and shadow. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a layer and selection 2, Command A, selection all, and right click on the photo, fill 50% gray, and mode is normal. Opacity 100%. Okay, press OK. And then duplicate this layer. Command G. So one layer goes to soft light, and the other one goes to overlay. So I'm going to rename this one for highlight, and this one for shadow. So Command G, make it to go into a group. It's called highlight and shadow. Okay, so I'm going to press B for brush again. Zoom in a little bit. So in this layer, we are going to make the highlight lighter, and in the shadow layer, I'm going to make the shadow darker. So highlight, B for brush. Zoom in a little bit, not too much. Make sure the opacity is around. Okay, around 9. Okay. Okay, so the highlight here. Click. Okay, let's zoom in. Highlight here. Here. Somewhere here, not too much because it's already light enough. So just one click. This one click. Okay, and his nose. Going to like here, some area here, and on the lips, also on the lips. Lips. Okay. So I'm going to make my brush bigger, just for the chin. Okay, make it lighter. Over here. Okay, zoom out. Okay. Over here. face. And also on his clothes. Okay, sorry. Some light area here. Okay, white t-shirt. Okay, so now let's make opacity like 30% lighter. Eyes light here. Let's bring the light it up. Okay, but not too much on the wide eyeball. Not too much. Just one click. One click. Okay, and here. Okay, the other side. Eyeball here. Okay. One click. One click. And this little area here. Okay, so let's zoom out and make down to 50% only on his hair. Here, one click, double click. Okay. Oops, too much. Zoom out. Okay. So this is what show you the before and after. Okay. So let's go into the shadow layer. I'm going to switch the color to black. Make it opacity down 8% again. Okay. The shadow area. Zoom in. Somewhere under his nose. Not too much. Okay. So here. So I make my brush really small. Just be careful. Somewhere here. Here. So let's close other layers. See what these layers do. Okay, you can see. So basically, we make the highlight area lighter and we make the shadow area darker. Okay, let's take the layers back. Okay, channel maxing. Click here, and we're going to select soft light. So this step will bring up more details. Okay, not too much. Opacity like 60%. That's pretty good. Okay. You can go soft light or hard light, but I think hard light is too strong for this image, so I'm going to select soft light. 60%, pretty good. Okay, click on the layer mask and make sure its foreground color is black, and press B for brush again. We make the opacity of 100% only for the eyes. Okay. Side or this side. Okay. And let's burn out some details on his hair. So let's opacity down to 20, 16, 20. Okay. Click. Maybe here a little bit. Here a little bit. Okay. So pretty good. This area here, too much. Okay, so we zoom. Just one click on his face. Okay. Okay, and going to select brightness. Going to brightness somewhere like this. So Command I. Press X to switch the foreground color to white. Okay, down to 10% just to bring out more details on the dark area. Over here. Okay, one click here. Okay, his clothes. But I don't want his colors too light, so I'm just one click. Okay. Okay, that's pretty much. So next step, we go to curves. Okay, just this step is to make the model pop up. So I'm going to not too much, just a little bit. Okay, little bit. So the background, okay, around here is pretty good, and the shadow, not too much. Okay, around here, and okay, this is before after, but we still need. So we switch the foreground color to white, to black, press X, and opacity 80%. So, oops. Okay. Okay, this looks pretty good. So. Next step, I go to levels. RGB, I'm not going to do with RGB, so I'm going to select blue color. Let's add some blue or not. This one, some blue, not too much, just a little bit. So around 248, middle tone here. Let's make it, yeah, just a little bit. Okay, get back to red color. 5, 3 look pretty good. And yeah, this one, okay. Okay, I'm not going to do this one. This one here. Okay, so you can see the color. This is the original and after. But if you think too much, you can also bring down the opacity. Down like, I put it like 80%. 80%, yes. Okay. So next step, we're going to do some liquify. We're going to press Command Option and Shift E. And we press, okay, select here, Liquify. So I think his hairline here is too high, so I'm going to bring it down a little bit. Be careful. Somewhere around here. Okay, and let's zoom in. Oops, sorry. Okay. Oops, I think it's too. I'm not going to do too much on his face. I think that's pretty good. Okay, I'll press OK. So this is before, after. So if we combine, so next step, I'm going to add some sharpness, smart sharpening. $150, press OK. So I'm going to select layer mask, Command I, because I only want the sharpness on his eyes. Press X, switch the foreground color, and yes, 100% opacity. See his eyes. It's much sharper now. Zoom out. Touch. So let's combine this layer together. Command G for group. So this is my retouching layer. This is my original layer. So this is before and after. Before and after. Okay, this is our Photoshop tutorial today. I hope you understand. This is how I retouch a portrait from start to finish. It's about 20 minutes, but normally I do it slower. So some people ask me how come a photographer charge like $1,000, $2,000 just for taking a few pictures. I think this is the answer, because photography is not only about pressing the button on the camera, it's more like a light talk. You need to know the composition, you need to have the ideas, you need to know the technical of different lighting setup, and also you must know how to retouch, rather than just taking photos. So I understand that we still have to improve our skills. It's our job, a whole life job, but we also need your respect. I've been doing many jobs since college, so I understand that how hard to earn money for living. Photographers need to be respected, and other artists need to be respected, and every job need to be respected. So thank you so much for watching this video. See you next time.